Breaking this hour, Biloxi police have just announced an arrest connected to razor blades found in bakery items at 2 Walmart stores. Our Natalie Williamson is live at Biloxi PD tonight. Natalie, this is a story a lot of people are talking and concerned about right now.
It really is, Shelby. It's caused a lot of concern and panic, especially given more than 10 razor blades were found in several loaves of bread at multiple Walmarts. Biloxi police have just confirmed 33-year-old Camilla Benson has been arrested in connection to this. Police released the surveillance photos you're seeing right now of Benson just hours ago. Investigators say those images helped lead to her arrest after someone spotted her on Division Street. Now, over the past 11 days, razor blades were found in both a banana nut muffin and several loaves of bread at 2 Biloxi Walmart stores, the Superstore on CT Switzer Senior Drive and the Neighborhood Market on Pass Road. On Monday, multiple customers complained to Walmart that they found razors in their loaves purchased at the Superstore. And turns out this wasn't the first incident. A razor was found in a banana nut muffin on December 5th at that same Superstore and in a loaf of bread on December 7th at the Neighborhood Market. Now, thankfully, no injuries have been reported, and Benson is charged with attempted mayhem. She's got a bond of $100,000. Live in Biloxi, Natalie Williamson, Fox 10 News.
Just 28 minutes now to help us spread holiday happiness. Our 10 Caring Gifts toy drive is nearing its end. We still need your help making this Christmas special for every child. Partnering with Volunteers of America Southeast and Mercedes-Benz of Mobile, we are collecting toys for those in need, taking those donations at the Walmart in Daphne until 6. Fox 10's Lenny Silgan and Cameron Taylor are there now. I bet it's getting a little bit chillier, but that van behind you guys looks like it's filling up and warming some hearts, or going to.
Yeah. Yes, this van is practically full at this point. Our toy drive is winding down, but donations, they are still pouring in. In fact, we just received a few just a minute ago. We got a few donations like this, some tumblers, this scooter right here, Lenise.
And I love these toiletry sets too for the girls. They really get into this. A lady just came and she dropped by this scooter. She said every year she comes out to the Daphne location, normally donates a bike, but this time wanted to change it up. Either way, we want to say thank you because you guys have helped us to achieve our goal. We wanted to fill this van and we did. We can't even get in there.
Yeah, we can't even get inside this van right now. I would say it is full and then some at this point. Don't even know if all the donations can fit in the van.
This is part of a long-standing tradition here at Fox 10 News, and what you may or may not know, the need is very great. Sometimes people don't always speak up when they need the help. That's where our partners, Volunteers of America Southeast, comes into play. Helping children who want to have a merry and bright Christmas.
Yes, and that was our goal, to fill this van and to make sure every child here on the Gulf Coast has a present underneath the tree that they can open.
You still have an opportunity to give. We have information on the ways that we are still taking those donations on fox10tv.com, or maybe you've been looking at that QR code. I know Shelby's been talking about it throughout the newscast. You can scan that and make a monetary donation. I do want to say thank you because in addition to the toy donations, we've had viewers come out and bring us chocolate. The Bull in Spanish Fort came and they donated pizza. So it's been a great day.
Yes, we have seen generosity on all fronts, and we were just blown away by all of these donations. We say that every year, but really, truly, for our community to come together every single year to help kids here on the Gulf Coast, it is something.
Definitely a successful night, a successful campaign. And on that note, we're going to toss it back to you guys in the studio. We'll see you back for the news starting at 9. For now, we're reporting live in Daphne. Lenny Slagan, Fox 10 News.
And Cameron Taylor.
All right, thank you guys. A reminder that Mobile's Festival of Lights celebration gets underway tonight. It starts at 6:30 at Bentonville Square. That's in an hour from now. Mobile Mayor Spiro Cheragatis will be on hand for the festivities, including the lighting of the menorah. There will also be a canned food donation drive, so bring one out if you can. It's free to attend. Well, new this half hour, a man accused in a deadly West Mobile bar shooting is denied youthful offender status. Matthew Sanders appeared in court today. In February, investigators say he shot Hunter Lenz in the parking lot of the Alabama Bar and Lounge. Sanders is currently out of jail on a $250,000 bond, and he's due back in court in the new year. Feeding wildlife on Dauphin Island will now cost you $500. Jordan Lassiter joins us now to explain. Jordan.
That's right. After months of heated debate, town leaders voted Monday to ban feeding any wild animal anywhere on the island. Dauphin Island Town Council members passed an ordinance that makes feeding any wild animal illegal, with violators facing a $500 fine or up to 6 months in jail.
It came up mainly because of the issues we were having at the far west end, the conservation management plan that we reviewed and found out that we needed to have a no-feed ordinance, at least in that part of the island. And then as we got to talking about it as a council, we actually looked at doing it island-wide, which is ultimately what we did.
The ordinance applies to the entire island, not just the West End Nature Preserve. That's where a long-running fox management dispute previously sparked a lawsuit.
Well, even though it's sort of human nature to want to feed wildlife, it certainly does. The studies show it does a disservice to the animals themselves.
Town leaders say the goal isn't punishment, but prevention.
Quite a number of years we've had residents complaining about that, the feral cat situation. That was more of the reasoning for pushing it island-wide.
But some residents say the ordinance is too harsh, especially when it comes to feral cats or seagulls.
I think that's just ridiculous for feeding wild animals. Yeah, this wildlife was here long before the people were here. That's just crazy.
Well, the 500 probably is reasonable, but 6 months seems a bit on the harsh side.
The ordinance does list some exceptions, such as bird feeders, as well as activities conducted by federal and state agencies. It's not clear how law enforcement will determine intent on feeding wildlife versus domestic animals.
Obviously, there'll probably be a learning curve, as with any new regulations, but I think our law enforcement agency is able to discern that. That'll be up to them, no different than when they're out doing speed limit checks and things of that nature.
Town leaders say enforcement will focus on education first, especially for visitors. But residents are already adjusting to the new reality. And I reached out to the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources for statement on the ordinance and have not yet heard back. Fox 10 will continue monitoring this impact in the months ahead. Jordan Lassiter, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jordan, thank you. We've got a heads up now for drivers in Baldwin County. Part of County Road 32 at the Fish River Bridge will be closed tomorrow. The closure is expected to last from 8:30 until 11 tomorrow morning, but delays are possible. All of this is part of an ongoing series of bridge inspections in Baldwin County. Now, if you use this stretch of road, you are asked to detour from your usual route.
All right, taking a look out there with our Dolphins cam, sponsored by All In Credit Union. You can see a nice night is setting up for the area. We had mostly clear skies today and some sunshine, some milder weather. Clouds are creeping in now, but that will actually help. And on our Fox 10 weather app, we have an update on that forecast with meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. Also a long-range look ahead to Christmas, which is looking mild this year based on the long-range forecast. Here's what we're seeing outside right now. It is 51 degrees in Mobile right now. The winds are calm, and we're expecting to see temperatures dropping about another 5 degrees, and then they're going to level off there. It's just not going to be as cold across the Gulf Coast tonight with our temperatures compared to the last couple of nights when it was freezing. And tomorrow morning in Pensacola, upper 40s with some clouds. Clouds are going to be around tomorrow. It's not going to be as pretty tomorrow, but we will have comfortable temperatures, highs in the mid-60s. An isolated shower is possible. Our rain chance is at 20%. Best chances will be close to the immediate coast and the beaches. So that's what we're tracking there. Coming up in your forecast, we do see some changes with a system that will bring us a pretty good shot at rain by Thursday. More on that in just a bit.
Thank you, Jason. The West wants a Christmas ceasefire in Ukraine, but the Kremlin says that's a non-starter. The U.S. team led by Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is now conferring with their Russian counterparts. Another meeting with Ukrainian officials could come as early as the weekend. Ukraine's president says he's willing to accept the security guarantees offered by President Trump, but he wants Congress to sign off on any long-term deal with Russia.
We do not know exactly what guarantees could stop Russia in the future. Therefore, we want all the guarantees. What the U.S. has put on the table here in Berlin in terms of legal and material guarantees is truly remarkable. This is a very important advancement.
The Ukrainian leader is pushing Europe to sign off on the use of frozen Russian assets to rebuild Ukraine. Administration officials say the fate of captured Ukrainian territory is the major sticking point in negotiations. Lawmakers in Washington are learning more about the U.S. military strikes on suspected drug boats in the Caribbean. Secretary Pete Hegseth briefing lawmakers again on Capitol Hill. It comes as Democrats demand clarity on President Trump's plans for Venezuela. Scrutiny also continues over an attack in early September. That's when the Pentagon ordered a second strike on a boat after the first failed to kill everyone on board. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have been calling for the full video to be released, but Hegseth says he's not going to do that.
Of course, we're not going to release a top secret, full unedited video of that to the general public.
Policies in the Caribbean are unclear. We don't know what the limits are. We don't know where they'll stop.
At least 94 alleged narco-terrorists have been killed since September. While some Republicans think President Trump should have secured Congress's approval first, most of the party is backing the mission. Trinidad and Tobago also announced it's allowing the U.S. military to use its airports as speculation escalates that President Trump is preparing for attacks inside Venezuela.
All right, let's look at the traffic tracker, and right now we have good news as far as the conditions on the roadways. Right now things look pretty good. We've seen a little slowdown trying to get into the tunnel, but going towards Baldwin County, it looks fine. A little bit of a slowdown too on Government Street in downtown Mobile. Up I-65 in the Saraland area looking really good now after some delays earlier. Most of I-10 is green all the way through Pensacola, so no major problems or delays. And we'll continue to watch this. Plus, I'll have your forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. The 68 Ventures Bowl is here. A preview of the game to be played and how you can get an early start on the festivities is coming up.
The Storm Tracker, leading the way for the 68th Ventures Bowl parade tonight.
It's a big week here in Mobile as Louisiana Lafayette and Delaware meet at Hancock Whitney Stadium for the 68 Ventures Bowl tomorrow night. Sports Director Emily Cochran joins us now for a preview of all the action. Emily?
Yeah, that's right, Shelby. The 27th annual 68 Ventures Bowl is a blast for the city of Mobile every single year. Both of these teams coming in at 6-6 and have been in the port city this week preparing ahead of tomorrow night's kickoff. Now the Raging Cajuns are a 3.5-point favorite after finishing 5th in the Sun Belt Conference. The Blue Hens finished 7th in Conference USA, but they ended the regular season with their most explosive offensive performance yet. Louisiana putting in the work at Saraland High School this week to get ready for this matchup. And both head coaches taking the podium today for this morning's press conference, and they're excited for their teams to have this experience.
A bowl game, they get to experience different cities. They get to experience different places. I mean, last year when we went to New Mexico, I'd say 90% of our teams never seen the mountains. That's a whole new experience for them, right? You get to come to Mobile. Yeah, we got a bunch of guys on the team from Mobile. But I can tell you this, when you're from Louisiana, if you know anything about Louisiana, those people don't travel.
You know, we have had such an unbelievable experience here, and we continue to each day that we're here, and our student athletes are proud, excited, and very thankful, as is our administration and the coaching staff. So thank you very much for the hospitality. It's been outstanding down here.
Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night at Hancock Whitney Stadium. And there's going to be a lot of festivities leading up to the big game. There's going to be a Mardi Gras style parade that's going down tonight starting at 6:30 in downtown Mobile. It will include floats from 20 Mystic Societies, including the Fox 10 Storm Tracker. You can expect all your favorite parade throws, including beads, moon pies, and so much more. Then following the parade, there will be a pep rally starting at 7 tonight on South Royal Street in downtown Mobile. Both events are free and open to the public. And the latest edition of the Big Friday Kickoff podcast drops tonight. Robert Restagno and I have a very special guest joining us on the show, former Baldwin County High School football player Wallace Gilberry. He also played at the University of Alabama and spent 9 seasons in the NFL. He sits down to talk all things 68 Ventures Bowl, all the talent that comes out of the Mobile area, playing against Phillip Rivers, the college football playoff, and so much more. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and on our website, fox10tv.com. That's all I've got for sports. Reporting live in the studio tonight, I'm Emily Cochran, Fox 10 Sports.
All right, so for that bowl game tomorrow night, the 68 Ventures Bowl, what's the weather going to be like? Well, we've got the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette and the Delaware Blue Hens, and the temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 50s. I think after halftime, you know, we may see a little bit better shot at rain, but generally about a 20% chance of rain for the game. It will be light. We do not expect heavy rain for the game if we see anything at all. And we're not going to see this either. This is what we had for morning temperatures this morning. The numbers really bottomed out in places like Evergreen and Crestview, right around 20 degrees. We were frosty, 33 in Pensacola. We had 28 in Mobile. We're done with the freezing temperatures. It's about to moderate. The clouds already slipping in here, and tonight's lows will be in the 40s in most spots tonight. So we're going to do a lot better with those temperatures overnight, and tomorrow will be a decent day. Temperatures up in the 60s. We could see a few stray showers, but the rain chance only at about 20% tomorrow. Then the rain comes in here on Thursday, and it looks like Thursday morning, pretty widespread showers and maybe 1 or 2 rumbles of thunder mixed in. The best chance of rain through about lunchtime, and then it gets a little more scattered in the afternoon. So that's our current thinking on the forecast for Thursday. Our satellite radar picture is looking okay. These are thin clouds. You can kind of see the base map through the clouds. They're just upper level clouds, but they'll do enough to keep our temperatures up tonight. And tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures that will be even warmer than they were today by about 5 to 7 degrees. They're going to have some spots in the inland locations that may be as warm as 68 in Chatham, 67 in Ardmore and Bruton, 67 Milton. We got Pensacola at 66, Mobile around 64, and 65 in Fairhope. So yeah, temperatures are about to get better. And this is the thing that's going to continue to happen. As we look at the 7-day forecast here, our rain chances bump up, but the temperatures are going to improve immensely. And we're pretty much 60 or warmer all the way across the board. Some of the warmest days will be Thursday with that rain. And then again, Saturday, sunny and 67. And we've backed off on the rain chances for Sunday and Monday, now holding at only a 20% chance both days. So things look a little better there in the extended forecast through Tuesday. Shelby?
On this day in history, December 16th, 1773, American colonists staged the Boston Tea Party, dumping more than 300 chests of British tea into Boston Harbor to protest unfair taxes. The bold act of defiance outraged Britain and led to harsh punishments on the colonies. Instead of restoring order, it united the colonies and pushed them closer to rebellion, setting the stage for the American Revolution and the birth of the United States. Well, new today, thousands of dinosaur footprints have been found in northern Italy. Experts say they are from enormous herbivores that lived more than 210 million years ago. Paleontologists say they were a bipedal with a long neck and a little head, and they walked in big packs as evidenced by the footprints pattern that has just been discovered in September. So the prints were found high up on rock face. It's difficult to reach on foot, so experts are actually using drones to study them. More than 1,000 couples kissed their way into the record books. Couples gathered in downtown Washington, D.C. for an event under the national mistletoe. The couples all locked lips for 5 seconds at the same time. The event breaking the Guinness World Record for most couples kissing underneath the mistletoe. It breaks the previous record of 480 couples, which was set in 2019 in St. Louis, Missouri. Downtown D.C. Business Improvement District President and CEO says events like these bring people together in a joyous and memorable way. Well, our 10 Caring Gifts initiative is wrapping up. One more check on your weather after the break. You have just a few more minutes, so if you want to donate toys to the Daphne Walmart, our crews are out there. They are packing everything up. It's almost over, so donate right now if you can.
lifestyles, the brands you love this holiday season in 3 great locations.
NASDAQ is preparing to roll out round-the-clock trading of stocks. The exchange is the home of major technology listings, including NVIDIA, Apple, and Amazon. Its plans include the current pre-market, regular, and post-market trading with a 9:30 a.m. opening bell and close at 4 p.m. There will also be a night session from 9 p.m. to midnight, with those trades considered part of the following day.
And here is our forecast, and the reason why I have the 10-day up here is that you can see forward into what we're expecting for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And you know, we're going to have a really warm pattern all the way into next week. So I'm not expecting super cold weather. Of course, it will be cool and pleasant at night. It's not like it's going to be a hot Christmas or anything like that, but we have a couple of things to address. We've got a shot at some showers on Thursday. Pretty good chance of rain at 70%. After that, it looks warmer and drier than usual. It's kind of hard to complain about temps in the low 70s. However, maybe a little too warm for a fire in the fireplace and that kind of thing. But, you know, we've had some cold weather, and I think we would trade the mild weather for the cold weather, even if it's Christmas.
I would. I don't know about you guys at home. A lot of people like the cold too, but I like this milder weather. So, all right, we're approaching Christmas time. I can't believe it is almost here, leaving you with this live look. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you on Fox 10 News at 9.